Dobar den and welcome to Burgas, my friends.
Dobar den.
Dobar den. I am here with my mom and we are at the Burgas bus station waiting for our bus to Nessebar. Supposed to be one of the most beautiful seaside cities or towns.
UNESCO heritage.
Yes it is. A lot of history, a lot of culture, and every Bulgarian told us that we had to go there, so that is what we are doing today. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys about is the bus stations in Burgas, in Varna, and Sozopol. Very important you get the lay of the land, because this is definitely the easiest way to get around the coast if you don't have a car. What's great is that during the summertime, buses going to all the main destinations basically go every half hour. You can just look online for, the schedule to know the times. And it's also very inexpensive. Like I think today, us going to Nessebar one way is like 8 leva, $5 per person each way. Very reasonable, and then you don't have to worry about the crazy Bulgarian drivers. So let's head on out to Nessebar. Guys, the start of the old town, and Mom, you're already a fan, right?
Yes, I just enjoy already.
Yeah.
And the side and the transport. Look at all the archaeological.
Yeah, there's a lot of archaeological ruins. It's kind of like on a peninsula by itself, the old town part. The city itself, Nessebar, is kind of what we were driving through at the end there. It is actually a much bigger city than I expected, so maybe we'll have time to explore a little bit of that. But of course, it is the old town that most people come to see. Oh my god, we finally found it. I booked us at this kind of water view hotel, Panorama Blue. Oh my gosh, I am actually quite happy with our room, right Mom? Very nice. They actually gave us a larger room than the one I booked, which I greatly appreciate. Really nice lady at reception.
Wi-Fi. Air conditioning, Black Sea.
Black Sea, да, все есть. And actually, let me show you the washroom here first. Washroom is, pretty spacious, pretty nice. I believe I'm paying, like 110, 120 Canadian, which is like, 80 US, something like that. But once again, I think this is a room upgrade. We do have a lovely little deck with a view of the port. I actually didn't realize that, just around here is really popular to go by boat, by like catamaran. You can sail in between, all the main stops on the Black Sea coast from these sorts of areas. And that's where we came in to the start of the old town, and that's all new Nessebar there in the distance. So welcome to the beautiful old town of Nessebar, my friends. Perched on a small rocky peninsula along Bulgaria's Black Sea coast, this is one of the oldest continuously inhabited settlements in Europe, with over 3,000 years of history. Once a Thracian settlement, it later became a major Greek, then Roman and Byzantine trading hub. The town is renowned for its remarkably preserved medieval churches, charming cobblestone streets, and traditional wooden houses from the 19th century. It is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is often called the Pearl of the Black Sea because of its blend of ancient history with a vibrant seaside atmosphere. Visitors can explore the ruins, museums, and breathtaking sea views, all within a town that feels like an open-air museum. This is 100% one of the cutest old towns that I have ever been in, guys. This was even better than I was expecting. And what's crazy is that I guess Nessebar was originally kind of made into a site over 3,000 years ago, making it older than Sozopol. I thought Sozopol was the oldest, but now from what I've read online, I'm very, very confused. Either way, they both have a lot of history. Originally, this was a Thracian settlement, but yeah, the architecture here is just, you know, really, really fascinating. And there is a really good museum, I've heard. So if you want a more in-depth knowledge about the history, it's right at the entrance of the old town. But for us, it is about 3 p.m. right now. We have not had lunch yet. So the lovely lady at our hotel had actually recommended a place kind of in this area. So let's go try it out. How lovely. We are here right on the coast. The restaurant is called Keparis. This is the one that was recommended to us, but also right next door, I did hear that Tigra is also very, very good. So far, so good, and the menu does look quite nice. They have a really good selection of like salads, appetizers, different kinds of seafood, fish, of course. Kind of similar to what we saw in Sozopol. They have these like smaller fish that they deep fry. That's kind of something different that I really haven't seen in many other countries. And then of course, if you like meat, they also have that. Look how pretty this is, guys. We got some delicious options, where first and foremost we got a fig and goat cheese salad. There are a lot of fig trees here on the Black Sea coast here in Bulgaria, so we thought we'd give that a try. We've got some garlic shrimp, and then we have sea brim fish, which I'm actually quite a big fan of, so looks amazing. Mom, what do you think of the figs?
Very soft, delicious, and kind of tasty in salad.
Yeah, in Canada, I find it's hard to find fresh figs. Usually they have like dried ones in salads or like fig jams, so I'm excited to try that. All right, I am going to try a garlic shrimp. I'm a big fan of shrimp. Very nice. Very nice. And then lastly, we have the sea brim fish. Have you ever had sea brim before? No? Let's get your impression. It's gonna blow away.
Not so fat. Такая вкусная рыбка.
Yeah, she likes it. It's a success. Would recommend. 5 minutes later, we do have to give this place an even extra shout out because they brought us free stuff. And it's super tasty. This is like taramak. I think it's like a fish spread.
Рыба, лук, яйцо. И все это перемелено.
Да.
А это маринованная мелкая рыбка с луком и с лимончиком.
Now this dish, my mom's a big fan of. I'm personally not, but
Алина не ест, а я все съем.
ну ты кушай. But yeah, very, very nice of them. So this is the main beach of the old town of Nessebar. Of course, it's not that big. Of course, it's not really, really fine sand. You don't really come to the old town of Nessebar for that. But luckily, very, very close, as you guys will see in my next video, we have Sunny Beach. One of the most famous places on the Bulgarian coastline is just a about 25-30 minute walk away, or you can get the bus, which will kind of take you to the most central part of Sunny Beach, and they come every 15-20 minutes. You know, pay a couple leva and that will get you a really large, beautiful beach. But honestly, so far from my first impressions, I think this is just one of the most beautiful places in Bulgaria. I know I probably oversay that. I have said that about a few different places, but you know, this is my first time, and for sure, if somebody was now to ask me like, where should I go when I visit Bulgaria, Nessebar, it's right up there. Now, as far as attractions go here in the old town, the one that I heard is the most worth visiting is the Archaeological Museum that is right beside the entry gates. From what I heard, you can get a combined ticket where you have entrance to the museum and a few churches. There are a lot of churches, but to be honest, I don't need to go into all the churches. I think just visiting the museum will be nice to learn about, you know, the history of this amazing town. Nessebar's Archaeological Museum really does take visitors on a journey through over 3,000 years of history. It begins with its earliest days as a Thracian settlement called Menebria, named after the local ruler Manta, and then in the 6th century BC, Greek colonists from Megara arrived, transforming it into a place called Mesembria, a bustling trading center with a strong maritime connection. Later, it became a part of the Roman and Byzantine empires, flourishing as a cultural and commercial hub. The museum showcases artifacts from each era, intricately decorated pottery, ancient coins, exquisite jewelry, icons, and scale models of fortifications and churches. It highlights how Nessebar evolved under Thracian, Greek, Roman, and Byzantine influence, and why it became a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But more than just a collection of artifacts, this museum tells the story of a town that has stood at the crossroads of civilizations for millennia. Very interesting experience of the museum. First of all, not that I'm a big history buff, but that was actually pretty impressive in the sense that it's artifacts from like the 2nd century BC. Like how they are able to have things stay together from that long ago is amazing. And obviously, you know, to find all of these things. So I would definitely recommend visiting the museum. It's just like, you know, $5 US. And kind of a crazy experience. The lady who sold me the ticket, first of all, I want to mention that you will find that Russian is much more widely spoken a lot in the Black Sea coast cities, just because there are a lot of like Russian speakers that, you know, come to this part of Bulgaria. Of course, there will still be English fairly widely spoken, but I would say that Russian is much more prominent. And just like in the museum, she was struggling a little bit in English. And then what was really strange is that all of a sudden she's like, wait, you're Russian. And I was like, yes, like I speak Russian. You know, I guess, you know, sometimes you can just tell. You can just tell by the way a person looks. So that's what I kind of assumed. She's like, well, speak in Russian, then I can understand Russian. I was like, okay, sure. Because I was asking her actually some questions about the multi-place ticket. I did end up buying it. I'm going to go to 2 churches. But anyways, yeah, so we have this whole conversation. And by the end of it, she says, your name is Alina. And I was like, oh, well, you know, okay, so she must have seen my channel. That's how she knows maybe I'm Russian, all this. And I'm just like, oh, you watch my YouTube channel? And she was like, no. And I was like, well, what do you mean? How did you know that my name was Alina? And she says, I can tell by your eyes. Now, she might just be pulling my foot with that one. She might actually watch my channel, and I don't know. That's how she knows my name, because how else could you tell by just looking at somebody what their name is? So I didn't really know what to say to that. Bit of a unique experience. But yeah, really cool museum. Would definitely recommend visiting. And now I will go pop into one of the churches that I got with the multi-place ticket. My mom just joined me. Oh my god, this is so dumb of me. Oh my god, I thought this lady was some kind of minor. That's so embarrassing. I was literally freaked out, like, how does she know? How does she know my name? It's on my damn bag. Oh my god. All right, to finish off our time in Nessebar, I am taking you to a very, very unique bar. And here we are. This is definitely one of the most unique bars that I have seen. Можно снимать, если ты платишь. Hello. Здравейте. Sorry?
How many?
2 people. How cool is this, guys? Смотри, какой. Да. There's like a pond in here and everything. Wow. This is like Lord of the Rings. Oh, perfect. Sure. This is so cool. Смотри, какое место я нашла. Alright, let's take a look at their menu here. Looks like they have a top 10 alcoholic drinks. Looks like, you know, your regular sort of cocktails. They have some coffee sort of cocktails, non-alcoholic, and they also have some like fresh juice. Basically like whatever you want, and just a little bit of dessert. I don't think they really have any food. It's mainly for the drinks and the atmosphere. Neither my mom or I were feeling like cocktails, but I do like a good glass of red wine. And Mom, you got cherry juice, right? Cheers! So cool. What a superb day here in Nessebar, right, Mom?
Yes. Day is close to the end, and we have to make conclusion of this day.
No, we had an amazing time. We saw so much. And it was very hot. It was actually very hot out today. But yeah, guys, obviously you could spend so much longer than just an afternoon in this amazing city. But tomorrow we will be off to Sunny Beach, because that is a very famous place here in Bulgaria. Yes, we'll go by bus. But yeah, I would absolutely recommend coming here, guys. Definitely one of the most special places in Bulgaria. I'd love to hear in the comments if you have been here. Mom, any final words of your experience in Nessebar?
I like it very much, and certainly I will come back again.
Absolutely.
With you or without you.
Bring your friends. Bring your friends.
Sure.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.